Rapid Motion Africa, we're back down at Phakisa for round 4 of the Pro Tour. It's the Gold Bargain Challenge and the Altec Porsche Club Challenge. A big thanks, as always, to Gold Bargain for all of this action from Phakisa. Things are certainly tightening up in the championship, and fields also tightening up a little bit of less cars than what we expected at the Phakisa Freeway for round 4 of the Gold Bargain Challenge. The return of Eben Rothman saw him go to the front end of qualifying in Class B. It was always going to be a tight affair, but with a new man coming back after that big roll, Yanni van Rooyen had his hands full. Elma Kruzner was the lady to beat in Class C.
Eben, been a while since we spoke, hey? Looking good at the front.
Yes, this is since Swartkops when we had a roll. The car is well prepared by JKR Autosport. They've put a lot of work in to get the car in pole position. And I must say thank you to Freddy's Auto Spares and JKR Autosport and Zomboti panel beaters.
Elna, Class C in the Gold Bargain Challenge, pole position at Phakisa, and the guys are coming behind you. It's going to be a tight race.
Yes, and they always catch up, so you never stay ahead for long. But it's the first time this year I've raced my own car, and it's just a pleasure to drive. The guys at VW Techniques have really done a good job to get the car going and its handling, and it's just a pleasure to drive.
Now can we put it all together in race number 1, heading down towards turn number 1. Classes B and C joining me in the commentary booth, as always, Graham Nathan. Graham, Eben Rothman making a welcome return here, and looks like he might get the whole shot over Yanni.
He does a great start there. Yanni smoked the wheels a little bit there, Greg, but he mustn't relax for 1 minute, because Yanni's going to be all over him all the time. Quinton Thompson, as we're on board here, having a look in the background there, that's Rory Atkinson going really, really wide, going 2-1. Quinton under pressure from Chris Hankey.
Hankey out there in the Mr. Video Golf, but at the front end, Eben Rothman is the man under the most pressure, and in fact, he's getting big pressure right into turn number 3. He gets it completely sideways. Yanni van Rooyen is not going to hold back here. He's going to drive around the outside, and it looks like the welcome return for Eben Rothman has now gone to second place.
That's it. He's made that mistake. Yanni's not going to stick around and wait for you to make any more. If you make an error, he's going to take it. He's been racing for too long to give up a spot like that.
Giles Darragh going head-to-head there as they go out, and this is the Class C battle. Badresh Lala at the back in the MFC car, but at the front end it's Elma Kruzner with Giles right on her outside. Darragh looking for a way, so is little Smallberger. You can see he's up the inside there. Shaw having some problems of his own, and speaking of problems, where are you going, Badresh?
Well, that was almost upside-down type stuff, but managed to keep it on its wheels. Back to the front of the grid. Yanni van Rooyen. Look at Eben Rothman, he's making that car as wide as he can. Quinton Thompson looks up the inside, the fastest part of the racetrack, and he's having a look up the inside. Right touch of brakes, look how these motor cars drift all the way to the outside of the road. Hard on the brakes, Quinton goes to the outside, and Eben goes to the inside, but manages to hold it off. He blocked that line. Quinton wanted to go around the outside and then up the inside, but hasn't made it stick. Rothman blocking again. He's been playing Dr. Block here a little bit. He's been watching some of the other drivers in Class A, I think, Greg?
I think he might just have. It is a case of very defensive driving. Speaking of getting out of shape, though, look at this in the background. Giles Darragh looking way past Smallberger once again. Can he get in there? No, he can't. Charles Smallberger's had a fantastic season. One of the youngest drivers in this particular category, and he is all over some very seasoned campaigners at the front end. I tell you, Andre Needham has got his work cut out for him.
Yeah, Andre mustn't relax for 1 minute. Charles is really getting to grips with this little GTI or this little 1600 Golf. This racetrack is very, very fast, so it's a little bit daunting, but he's doing a great job at the moment. Look at that, lifts a wheel off the ground, puts his foot back in it, and off he goes again.
At the front end, not again. Atkinson running wide again at the back end, and not having a great day in the saddle, is he? At the inside, Derek Minnie looking for a way past. Can he find a way through? Not quite sure if he's going to find it just yet, but you can see the action is happening thick and fast here in the Class Bs.
Just proof that there's racing right throughout the field, right from the front, right to the back. There's a dice wherever you go. Whoa, running it a little bit wide. That's Rothman. Quinton also followed him wide. That's a problem that happens when you're following somebody so closely. You end up making the same error as what they do. But Yanni has got his head down. He's going to let these two guys hold each other up, and he can concentrate on going away in the front.
I don't want to do that with Yanni van Rooyen at the front end. Problems at the back there. Looks like Heinke got out of shape again. So the blue and black Golf just behind him. Looks like it's a battle royal there between Peter Thompson and Philip Cruiser. Derek Minnie's gone off as well on the inside. Looks like he had a little tap from someone. Not quite sure who clipped him. But Derek Minnie will return. Unfortunately, way off the pace, and a bit of work to do now to try and catch these front end riders. I was about to say, Cruiser and Thompson, they're having a superb battle.
Cruiser is right there. Peter Thompson is high up in the championship, so he wants to get past Cruiser, past Henke, and get after his boy who's lying in third position at the moment. But he's battling a little bit here at Phakisa this weekend.
Just in the background, Daniel Sebastian and of course Andrea Bate. Then we've got Justin Taylor, the only racing jetter in the southern hemisphere that we know of. And so far so good for those guys. Just in the background as well, Rory Atkinson, recovering after 2 offs early on. He's got a lot of work to do to try and catch up to the front end of this field, but unfortunately, right from the back end, these guys have got away, and you're not going to catch them when they're in this kind of form.
On this racetrack, slipstreaming it's what it's all about, and if you don't hang on really, really tight to the guy ahead of you, you lose out so quickly. When you wipe your eyes out again, you're so far away that you can't get back there. Andrea under pressure though. She comes all the way up from Cape Town to partake in this Pro Tour event. Doing a great job though with that motor car, limited budget, and still out there racing as hard as she possibly can.
Daniel hasn't found a way past just yet, neither has Thompson on Eben Rothman, but he's all over the back of Eben Rothman. Rothman driving very, very sensibly here, but how much longer can he soak up that pressure? It's just a matter of time before there's going to be a move, and there's a matter of time here between Cruiser and Thompson as well. Peter Thompson, that is. He's up there and looking for a way past Philip Cruiser in the Golf 1, the big jumbo Golf behind him. Looks dangerous, might sneak up the inside here. This is going to be a dangerous move. Look at that. Can he keep it all together? He's got to try and keep it for another 2 corners. That's how difficult this maneuver is going to be. He's on the inside and Cruiser's got no answer.
Cruiser has no option but to let him through, but have a look at the respect here. These 2 campaigners don't want to damage their motor cars. There's enough space here to get 3 cars through there, but I don't know about the same respect in Class C. These guys just want to get to the front. We've got Giles Derrick on the outside. We've got little Charles Smallberg up the inside, and Derrick around the outside. Charles gets out of the way. I don't know if he rolled out of it, and Derrick runs really wide. Charles is up the inside once more. He's got through. He managed to get through with Giles going wide. He's off after Andre. He's trying to get Andre Needham and then after Elner. He's going to put his head down now. He's got used to the racetrack and he's driving as hard as he can.
Well, you mentioned the fact they could get 3 cars through there. They almost had 3 cars abreast going into that back straightaway. And here we go back to that very same position. These 3 have not given anybody any inch, and now into the back straight. On board with Charles Smallberger. He pulls alongside, and Andre Needham, just a matter of time before this happened. You can see the drive out of that corner was so much better on the Rem Connects car. And Needham has to just tuck in behind and now follow suit and hopefully can find a way past, because this battle is definitely not over. He comes straight back at him around the outside.
He
Twice on the inside. Oh, watch out. That was close. Man, Andre Needham, you were very lucky there, but Charles Derrick up the inside and manages to sneak through. But that was all because of the mistake that Needham made going into the double right-hander.
I think it was Charles Smallberger that's a very lucky man there. Andre Needham managing to hang on to that car well enough not to T-bone him going into that hairpin. Charles, if he knew what was going on, I'm sure he would have his heart in his throat.
At the front end of this field, it is all about Yanni van Rooyen. He's got ahead and away from these 2. They battled all the way through, but eventually Thompson's got ahead of Eben Rothman. So Eben Rothman now with only 1 lap to do this in. Can he find a way past to possibly get that Golf of his back into 2nd place?
I don't think that Quinton Thompson car is going to be as wide as you can imagine. This is the last lap and he wants that 2nd place position.
Elmer Cruiser with a massive gap over Charles. Charles got a big gap over 2nd and 3rd place. Sorry, 3rd and 4th place there. So these boys are going to battle for the final podium position in Class C. Is it going to be Giles Derrick or Andre Needham? The 2 Silver Dream racers at the back end of this field. They've had a great battle all the way through. But unfortunately now the little locking up between the 2 of them has cost them a bit of time. They've slowed each other up. And first, speaking of slowing up, a little bit of a late maneuver there. We might see Giles Derrick sneak through on Andre Needham.
And it looks like Peter Thompson has got ahead of Philip. He's been following him for the entire race, but he's managed to get past him now, and he's off after Chris Henke.
Chris Henke's not going to be caught, not with only about 5 corners to go. It's the double right-hander that's going to take them onto the back straight, and you can see that Philip Cruiser hasn't given up just yet. That jumbo Golf of Peter Thompson's has basically been untouchable once he's got past. At the front end though, Rothman is not going to find a way past Quinton Thompson, and he's going to have to settle for 3rd place, because Yanni van Rooyen is going to be 1.0 seconds ahead. Hardly anything in it, but he has tapped off slightly in the closing stages, and the Gold Bargain Golf will take the first victory in Class B here at Phakisa. 2nd place is going to go to Thompson. Eben Rothman will come through to take that 3rd place. A superb battle there between the top 3 contenders in Class B. And eventually it was Chris Henke and Peter Thompson that making up the top 5. Elner hung on to Class C. Charles Smallberger there in 2nd. Giles Derrick winning out ahead of Andre. And Padresh Lala coming back to 5th. Moving on to Classes A and P. Great return for Ryan Thole. He took the pole in Class B ahead of Piet Versaghi and yourself. And then Lee Thompson heading up Class A ahead of Eddie Rodriguez and Jean Carba.
Ryan, long time since we've seen you in the paddock here for racing, but the same old car, same old Ryan, same old pole position.
Hopefully it's a new me after laying off for 6 months, but it's been great. I mean, first time back in a while. Car was great. Dean and Graham did an awesome job. They put some new steering racks in the car. Feels a whole lot more controllable. Went out, did some sessions, and it all sort of came together. So maybe I should stay away for another 6 months.
Not a bad option, hey?
I reckon it's because he went to the Grand Prix at Malaysia, but down on the start line, George Economides does a great start. He dives up the inside of Voldy. Can he make it stick into one? No. Voldy blocks the line. George sits in second or third position. No, yeah, third position, yeah. Some really close stuff. Lee Thompson and Eddie Rodriguez right next to each other coming out of one there.
Wing mirror to wing mirror as they come out. Then we've got Jean Gerber, George Economides looking on the outside. Just behind them as the Class Bs get underway. Oh, look at tapping into Class B. Look at that. Class B starts out pretty hectic in the moment.
Yeah,
things are looking big between Sean Dodd and a couple of the contenders.
Sean Dodd and Dion Holiday. He unfortunately touched each other on the start line, losing him a couple of positions, but he's going to have to work really hard from there. Jake Jacobs running it slightly wide, coming out of one. Sean Dodd up the inside of Jakes. Jakes has got the right line for turn 3. Can he make it stick? I don't know. Let's have a look at what George Economides is doing through the boot. He's chasing after Eddie Rodriguez. He's obviously got past Voldy Mankies already, and he's off to the front. There's Voldy up the inside.
Oh, a little tap between Voldy and George goes into the kitty litter. Not going to be happy about that. I'm not quite sure if that was his fault or Voldy's. Little tap between the two of them coming out of the Coke bottle. He's at the back of Class P. So 1, 2 and 3 across the line and looking pretty good so far. But in the background, it is all about the battle royal that happened there. Golf versus Polos. And unfortunately the Polo winning out on that particular one. He maintains that third place. Tries to close down on his stablemate, the other Polo driver, Eddie Rodriguez, who's looking at Lee Thompson at the front end going, where has he found this power?
Yeah, Lee's up and out of there. He's put his head down. He wants to make a bit of a gap. Lee Thompson superb on cold tyres, and that's where these guys have got to sort of find the edge still. Lee can put his head down on really cold skittish rubber. Talking about skittish rubber, Derek Smallberger throwing it away into the hairpin, going backwards. There we go, find the gear. Let's go, Uncle Derek.
Car number 2. Oh, that was close for car number 2 for 2010. Lucky man there, Derek Smallberger, but well held, bud. Great driving, keeping it all together and back onto the black stuff now, heading into the fray. But a little bit off the pace, a little bit of work to do there for Smallberger. Oh, speaking of work, look at this. Oh, the two Tommy mining cars getting together. Voter taking out Peart and Jake's having a little sympathy spin there for the two of them.
Yeah, Jake's just spinning in sympathy, but Voter taking a little bit of a knocking there of Peart Versace. Let's have a look. This is Derek Smallberger. Slightly before them, Derek manages to miss everybody going into the hairpin, and off he goes. And yeah, Voter touches Peart ever so slightly. I'm not sure there's going to be such a lack of vibe there at work on Monday.
No, I don't think so. Time mining might just have a little bit of extra time at the end of the day between those two boys. Anyway, they managed to both get back onto the track, but a bit of work to do for them now as they go into the halfway stages of this race. These guys are really pushing it to the limit, as always in Goldwagen Challenge. You can see just how hard they push because Needham's running wide, right off the circuit, and it looks like Sean might be able to sneak up the inside. He gets good drive. Jean Gerber is going to outdrive that Golf of Quinton Needham, and he moves up into 4th place, trying to close down on Voldy now.
Into the fastest part of the racetrack. Jean goes up the inside. Quinton just regaining his composure there, and he's going to have to put his head down and work really hard. He gave himself... Whoa, Voldy gets it all sideways. Must be something going on there, but he manages to catch it. Voldy dives on the brake, stops the motor car perfectly in time, doesn't hit Eddie Rodriguez, which I'm sure Eddie is very pleased about, and manages to keep on in 3rd position.
Ding ding, seconds out, round number 2. Oh, a little bit of windscreen coming out of there by the looks of things, and some plastic coming off the left-hand window coming out of Sean Dodd's car as he went past Holiday, and he gets it sideways too. What is going on in that corner? Flat out stuff over the kitty litter onto the grass. Let's hit the banking. Oh, here we go, NASCAR style. Pulls the Polo back again, and over the top, over the kitty litter. Watch out! Look at that dude. That was amazing.
He hasn't lifted his foot off the throttle yet. It's just flat out. Sean Dodd has got it wide open from the minute he gathers it up, goes off the racetrack till the minute he gets it back. Air time, big time out of that Polo. Really sideways around the outside. Sean, not a bad line, but not quite as quick as the other one.
Yeah, I think Kit was saying, listen, Sean Dodd, we can't go that fast. I have to hit turbo boost, man. Wow, that was good driving. Fantastic stuff between these guys. Needham going after Gerber. Gerber's managed to get ahead of him, but Needham wants to close down. He didn't run as wide this time. Much better driving. Keeps it on the black stuff and onto the back straight. Oh, here we go.
Ryan
Thole, watch out, bud.
Thole, I'm coming to get you, boy.
Exactly.
And, what a great drive here from Ryan Thole. Out in front, didn't put a wheel wrong. He worked really hard, got the car sorted out. Look at that, nice and neat, and off he goes.
Oh, we were actually talking about it, watching the show a little bit earlier on, how well you came through there. Nate starting to close down on the back end of Thole. That's going to be the battle for the front end of Class B. This is mid-pack in Class B. And Sean Dodd hasn't given up just yet. Jake Jacobs, here comes the Rally Cross Polo behind you, bud.
Sean Dodd right behind you, Jakes. I reckon you should just let him go by, man, and watch the movie, because Sean is trying as hard as he can. Ryan gets it all out of shape. He throws it away just after saying that he's got it all hooked up. Ryan tosses it into the weeds. What's that called? The commentator's curse, eh?
Yeah, I think it was also a lack. What do you call it? How do you say?
Oh, yeah, running out of talent, Thole.
Right, Thole, go get him, bud. You got Pierre Phakisa coming behind you, so you better get a move on. Back to the front end. Rodriguez has got a battle behind him. It looks like he's got second place all sewn up with a lap and about 3 corners to go. Gerber is the man on the move, looking for a way past Valdi Mikes. They're not going to catch Lee Thompson. He is about 6.5 seconds ahead of this battle, and that is a superb drive from the man who's going to lead out and probably take this victory. Quinton Needham, though, has got a chance of getting onto the podium, but he's got to get past Gerber and Valdi.
Yeah, that's not going to be very easy, because both those guys are driving really, really hard. Gerber has improved leaps and bounds in Class A. He was nowhere last year. This year he's right there. It doesn't take a lot to go from 5th to 1st, although Lee Thompson is doing a superb job. Valdi has got his head down. He's bending that motor car, lifting it and running it on 3 wheels, trying as hard as he possibly can. George Economides coming back from that incident with Valdi earlier to come through the field to try. He goes up the inside. Can he make it stick? He goes up the inside of the
Bizarre car of Etienne Prinsloo, and that's making him go from 8th place up to 7th. So great drive and a nice recovery from George Economides just in the background. Look out for the Sabertech car there of Smallberger, also making a welcome return after that big off early on. So the 2 crashes have made their way through. And speaking of somebody who crashed out or made a mistake, hello.
Ryan has gone right back there. Ryan Thole gets back up the inside of my car, going right around through turn 1. Ryan runs to the outside. I'm on the outside. We're going to go down into turn 3. The car on the inside, which is the one I'm driving, should have the race line. Let's have a look. Can Ryan hang around the outside and make it stick into the boot? I'm sure he's going to have a go. Look at that. There he goes around the outside. Ryan sticks it in. No, not this time.
He gets a bit of a drive though as he comes out. He might be able to do into the toe of the boot. He's going to try on the inside now. It's side by side. Wing mirror, wing mirror. Graham Nathan taking on Ryan Thole. Who's going to have what it takes in the brakes? Oh, you whooshed out, bud.
No, we're right around the outside. Have a look at that. Around the outside. Thole, great driving from Ryan Thole. Leaves only enough space for me to go around. All I need is the motor car, and that's all we took. Warren Muir's probably sitting at home wondering why he let me drive that car.
Yeah, it's okay, Waz. You did a good job here, bud. Might have to take it to the panel beater a little bit afterwards, but other than that, pretty good.
Whoa.
Speaking of panel beating, Jake Jacobs in his old car in front is Piet Potgieter. Now, of course, Piet Potgieter is riding in his leathers. He came straight off his ZX-10, climbed into the car and drove out in his leathers.
That's the exact case.
Cooking in that car, dude.
He's getting really hot. I'm sure he's battling big time to try and keep ahead of Jake's. But that's Jake's following his old car and his new car.
I wonder what happened there, huh? A little chat to the Nathan's Motorsport boys. Anyway, heading into the final 2 corners, Valdi's going to have to hang on. Jean Gerber once passed. They're not going to catch this man. He has now moved up to 7.3 seconds ahead of second place man, Eddie Rodriguez. So Lee Thompson, the man with the number 1 plate in this category, is going to take another victory here at Phakisa. Second place is going to go to the SEW car of Eddie Rodriguez. Another good drive from him. Consistency from Eddie Rodriguez. Valdi Mikes eventually there in 3rd in the Albatross Motors car. In Class P, Ryan Thole, Graham Nathan, Pierre Phakisa, Dion Holiday and Sean Dodd.
Lee, that was an absolutely fantastic race, but once you get off the front, you're just gone.
Yeah, look, we did have a bit of a margin, but Eddie did have a little bit of a misfire towards mid-race. I really thought he's going to come on strong from that lap that he started breaking down. So, but basically didn't have any trouble. Just the same scenario towards the end of the race, started getting a little bit slippery and brakes fading a little bit, but luckily I had a bit of a gap so we could back it off and just save the car for the second heat.
Eddie, from your side, 2nd place, you'd have liked to win, but then again, points make prizes and you're at the top of the pile now.
Yeah, second place was the best I could do. Lee did just drive away and he had a good race. Struggled a little bit with the car in the beginning, but yeah, the car was pretty good. Thanks to this man over here preparing it so well, and obviously with my other sponsors, SEW, RBTS Racing and MF Auto Body, had a decent package to put up a good fight.
Ryan, that was well, from the outside, very entertaining race, and from your own words, you said you were just giggling the whole way through it.
We were. I think Graham and I had the time of our lives. I think he was holding back and I was holding back just so that we could try and get through the corners together. We had I don't know how many laps side by side, swapping places, backwards, forwards. It was superb.
Graham, from your side, now I've seen this car racing all year, but I haven't seen it go that fast. What happened?
Well, we stretched it just a little bit more. No, Ryan did a great job. He was flicking it all over the show. He threw it away once. But because of the crash that happened earlier in the race, we had a massive gap and then could get back and have a good time, so that there's some TV coverage.
Join us after the break for some more great TV coverage from the Gold Bargain Challenge. Back to Phakisa Freeway for round 4 of the Pro Tour. We continue our action from the Gold Bargain Challenge classes B and C. Yanni van Rooyen was the man to beat in race number 1. It looks like he might be the man to beat in race 2 as they head into turn 1. On his inside, he's going to have Eben Rothman and Quinton Thompson. It looks like Thompson is not holding back this time. He goes through in second.
Peter Thompson also going up the inside of Chris Hankey, but Quinton Thompson has managed to get past Eben Rothman, the mobile chicane, and he's off after Yanni van Rooyen. I'm sure Gavin Watson in the pit lane sat him down and said to him, now listen, yeah, my boy, we need a win, go and get it.
He's certainly going out there to get that win. Giles Darragh looking to do the same thing here on Elna Cruiser. And on her inside, Andre Needham tries to sneak up as well. The inside line here, even though it's not the pole line, is definitely the quicker one. So if you're in second or in fourth, you've got a good chance of sneaking through and outdoing the pole, man or lady.
Although Elna Cruiser hangs on around the outside, Giles Darragh had the inside sorted out. Andre Needham up in the middle of that lot. Elna has got the right line for the next corner. Let's have a look if Giles goes around the outside. He does. He runs it really wide. Let's have a look. It's going to be a drag race down to the boot. Andre Needham up the inside. Charles Smallberg is sitting in the back there going, okay, which way now? Left, right, or in the middle?
Yeah, 3 cars abreast into the toe of the boot is not going to be an easy thing to hang on to. Hopefully they can do just that. Here's Yanni van Rooyen going for the birdie. Well, maybe just getting a hole in one.
No, the birdie out of there, boy. He thought, here's big trouble, let's get going. Quinton Thompson, big pressure now on Yanni van Rooyen though.
He has to put the pressure on early on because remember that Yanni got away and was able to pull a bit of a gap because the battle happened for second place. He's got away from Eben Rothman. He doesn't have to worry about him. But if he does get to Yanni, he might slow himself up in the battle with Yanni van Rooyen. But as they come through the big right-hander there, you can see things are starting. Whoa, Daniel Sebastian getting it completely wrong. How do you turn left at a right-hander?
When you run out of talent, you can do strange things, Greg. But hanging on to it, the car didn't go over, didn't bounce, didn't lift off the ground. Very, very, very scary moment there for Daniel. That normally turns the car on its lid, going into the sandpit sideways. A great bit of driving there from him.
And he's come on just ahead of the battle for Class C. Giles Darragh leads that out. Elna's going to be right on his tail. Behind her, a little bit of a gap there. And it looks like things have opened up here quite dramatically. What has happened to Smallberger? He's disappeared.
No, Charles has just fallen off the back of that pack quite substantially. But Dresh Lala doing a great job this time. Didn't run out of talent at all like he did in the first one, and he's right there.
He actually was there, Graham. The camera angle unfortunately just got him out of our sights, and he's sitting there in a 4th place position. So nice bit of driving. We just didn't catch him in that shot. Thompson. Then we've got that is Heike, the Mr. Video car. Behind comes Philip Cruiser. Now Philip Cruiser has to get himself between these two. He wants to maintain that battle that he had with Peter Thompson in the first heat. He's not going to be able to do it if he's sitting there in about 5th place on the road.
The other Thompson, Quinton, is trying his level best to get away from the 3rd place man. That's Eben Rothman. He just wants to have a go at Yanni van Rooyen all on his own a little bit later, and the only way they can do it is to make a break, give themselves a bit of a gap, and then have a scrap right at the end.
The problem that Giles Darragh's got right now is Daniel Sebastian is in front there, and Sebastian unfortunately is not a Class C contender. He's a Class B man that we saw go off earlier on. The problem that Giles Darragh is having is that he's got that car in front of him and he has to worry about it and have to worry about the Giulio Sabatini machine behind of Elna Cruisers.
Elna is going to try everything she knows to get hold of Giles Darragh. Giles, though, if he can get close enough, though, Greg, he's going to be able to use a slipstream of a Class B car to drag his Class C car through the sky and maybe keep up that gap.
Front end of Class B, and it's still Yanni from Quinton, Eben Rothman, Peter Thompson, and it is all about Heinke. Still no maneuver there from Philip Cruiser in the other Giulio Sabatini machine. Just on his tail, Rory Atkinson. Much better run from him in the polo.
Locking up the brakes there, Quinton Thompson, and going defensive once again, Eben Rothman. But this time, it's not Quinton Thompson all over the back of him, it's Peter Thompson all over the back of Eben Rothman. He's probably thinking, I can only see Thompson, and I'm not sure which one, but here we go.
Hanging up on him a bit, eh?
But out in front, we've got Jannie van Rooyen. He's doing a great job. He's soaking up the pressure, and he's trying as hard as he... Elner Cruiser is going up the inside of Giles Derrick, the fastest part of the racetrack. They go through together. Some perfect driving there from both of them. Elner just gives him the space, and Giles hangs it around the outside. Can he make it stick, or is Elner going to be able to go up the inside? Late on the brakes, he shoves it up the inside. He stays there. He's not letting go. If he stays there, he's going to have the inside for the left-hander. Can he make it work? Hold on there, Giles. Rev that little Golf as hard as you can, man. There it is. He stays. Elner goes around the outside. Some great stuff.
Awesome stuff as they come onto the main straightaway, completing another lap. He tucks in behind her. Can he sneak up the inside through turn one? We'll have to wait and see. Jannie van Rooyen is under a bit of pressure now. Look out. Here comes Quinton Thompson. Looks like van Rooyen. Oh, he's going to have to soak this pressure up. I'm not quite sure how much longer he can take it because Thompson is now on a charge. We go on board with him as they go through the double right-hander, coming into the final corner. Thompson goes wide. Oh, lock up from van Rooyen, I was going to say. Oh, that's a pity. Jannie van Rooyen just loses it going into the second but last corner. He now has to wait on the sideline as the cars come flying through and eventually rejoins just behind, and in fact just ahead of another battle that's been raging right the way through. Puts his hands up. It's all my mistake.
As if to go, oh, what about that? Anyway, Quinton Thompson also got it really, really loose going in there. The pressure was on. They were trying really, really hard, and it was just one little slip from Jannie, and it cost him a couple of positions. But now it's Quinton Thompson out in front. That means that Eben Rothman is in second, and Eben is going to fight as hard as he possibly can to stay in that position.
He certainly is, but I think he doesn't have to worry too much because all of a sudden Peter Thompson's got his hands full. Chris Heinke's come to play in the game, and it looks like he wants to get through as quickly as possible. Battle continues at the back, and well, this is for second and third on the road in Class C, and Charles Smallberger all of a sudden is in contention. He's seen what Elner's done to Giles. He's going to try and do the same thing. We're on board with him. The Remconix Autoville Volkswagen Golf into turn one. Can he sneak through on Giles Darroch? Giles Darroch hanging on for dear life, and unfortunately he just doesn't get it right. The John L. Custom machine running wide, and all of a sudden it is the Lighty who sneaks up into second.
Absolutely. He's after Elner. He's managed to get past. He's learnt a little bit about this racetrack. Probably hasn't done half as many laps here as anybody else in the field against him, and he's doing a great job. He wants after Elner. He's put his head down. Giles is probably sitting going, hey, I was leading this a moment ago. What's going on here?
Yeah, something went wrong. Unfortunately, it's because they're driving so well. Not taking anything away from the fact that we've got a great battle there. But look at this. Here comes Jannie van Rooyen, steaming through the field after that mistake. He was leading by a very comfortable margin. Thompson caught up to him. The pressure got to him. He outbraked himself. And now it's Quinton Thompson, Eben Rothman, and Peter Thompson. That is the gap between first, second, and third. Fourth place. Can you see the car? I can't.
Yeah, look how just the pressure on Peter Thompson from Chris Hankey has slowed them down quite a long way. Eben Rothman has managed to drive away and give himself a good breather to hang on to that second position. Peter Thompson having to go slightly defensive, and in doing this, they are slowing down ever so slightly and falling back into the grips of Derek Minnie.
Nice return there for Derek Minnie, because remember in the first one he had a bit of an off, had to come back through the field, didn't finish up where he'd like to be. He's now in a top 5 contention and possibly going to be finishing up in that top 5 as they come down the back straightaway. This is the final lap. They're not going to catch first and second. Third place is pretty much done deal too. It's the fourth place and fifth place battle we want to be watching, and right now Thompson is hanging on. Third is there, Heinke's in fourth, and it doesn't look like there's going to be enough time there for Derek Minnie to do anything better than fifth.
Well, he's not going to stop trying because he's got to be careful. Jannie van Rooyen is also there. Peter Thompson goes defensive just to make sure Chris Hankey goes as hard as he possibly can, uses up all the racetrack. But there it is. Quinton Thompson takes the win ahead of Eben Rothman and his father, Peter Thompson, who's trying his heart out to keep Chris Hankey's at bay, and he does that.
Only just. Chris Hankey keeping Derek Minnie behind him in the DMAC Auto body car, and Elner Cruiser taking a double victory in Class C.
Quinton, a great day here at Phakisa. You've obviously done all your homework and didn't put a foot wrong all day.
Yeah, we had a bit of a problem with a gear ratio that was slightly wrong, but we had to drive like anything to stay in front. Luckily, Jannie made a mistake on about lap 5-6, which didn't give me the race. Luckily, we're good.
Well, you've always been fast, but the combination of your skills now and a fast car, just perfect, untouchable, in fact.
Yeah, the car has been very good this weekend. I think it also helps driving single seaters a while. It makes you less scared of speed because you just get used to carrying a lot more speed in fast corners. So, and I think the car is obviously very good. It's handling very well, and Stuart's done some work on it. So it's actually perfect.
Classes A and P, the final race in Goldwagen Challenge. And will anybody find something to catch Lee Thompson? Looks like Eddie Rodriguez has gone to work pretty much between the races and sorted something out because he's going to get the whole shot from second on the grid. And in the background there, I was picking up on Derek Smallberger, also starting to battle hard right from the word go.
Look at this, the battle is on. Eddie Rodriguez has got to the front. Lee Thompson right in there behind him. Lee has to look after Eddie's car, and Eddie probably said to him, don't you touch your car, you work on mine now.
Yeah, exactly. Heading down towards turn number 1. This is Class P, and in the background, Graham Nathan starting from the back, so should see some good shots from him. Into turn 1, it is Piet Vasaki sneaking up the inside. Thole with no answer, side by side, and Wool, the Thole Properties man, the Brent Properties boy, give it to Time Mining. It's side by side all the way down to turn 2, heading into 3. How much more corners can you go through when you are wing mirror to wing mirror?
You can go right around the racetrack with the respect that these guys give each other. Have a look at this. 4 or 5 cars going next to each other. Clayton LaRue coming through in about 5th or 6th position. He's a newcomer to Class A. He's battling a little bit and he's working hard. Valdi Meintjes right back down after a pathetic start from you, Valdi, in about 7th or 8th or 9th place. I'm not quite sure. It's that far back.
Yeah, no, it's quite a way back there, Valdi. A little bit of work to do, buddy. But this battle is going to continue right the way through because I think what we've seen is a change in fortune here. Eddie Rodriguez, Mr. Consistency this season, has got ahead of Lee Thompson. Thompson looks in his rearview mirrors. He's looking back to see whether or not he's going to be able to outdo Jean Gerber. And of course, Economides looks like a problem in the background there for Etienne Prinsloo. Is that Prinsloo pulling to the sideline? I'm not quite sure. In the light, it wasn't one of the dark cars. LaRue gets it out of shape though. How many cars have we seen go off here?
A whole bunch. Oh, there's another one. There's Atisa Cronier going in sympathy, I think. I think he has having a look at Clayton LaRue and decided, oh, that looks like such fairly good fun.
Let's just turn into...
But have a look at this.
Isak Cronier, and he turns into him again. That's twice. He take one maneuver to go defensive.
He seriously wants that position. I want this one. I spun, but I still want it. Lee Thompson locks the brakes up. Whoa!
That was close.
Big evasive moves. Lee, cardinal rule number 1, do not take your teammate out, buddy.
Yeah, that's not what you want to be doing into turn number 1. Difficult corner to get through as it is. Thompson managing to just miss his teammate. We're on board with Economides. Much better run from him. He's in 4th place. Starting to close down onto the back end of Jean Gerber. So we've got 3 Golf 1s. Oh, Lee Thompson's run wide. And Gerber sneaks through to 2nd. Economides might get to 3rd. Oh, where's Thompson going?
Wide is an understatement, Greg. Lee Thompson goes farming. He ran right out of talent. Sorry, Lee. Catch that one, buddy. Put your head down and go, and I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to do. There's a whole bunch of red mist inside Lee Thompson's helmet right now. He's probably as mad as hell, but he's off after him. Jean Gerber up into 2nd position in a Class A race in Goldwagen Challenge. A great place for him.
Yeah, he's doing a good job, and as you mentioned earlier, mate, he's definitely one of the best drivers of the season. Speaking of a good drive, here comes the polo battle at the front end. The Brent Properties car's got away. Oh, Time Mining gets it out of shape again. Piet Vasaki going, front wheel to front wheel there with Jake Jacobs. And here comes Holiday in for a bit of fun too.
3 to 1, here we go again. And right behind them, we've got Rallycross Dodd. Let's have a look-see. Jake Jacobs, latest on the brakes, sticks it through the middle into the position there. He's going to take the 2nd on the road. But Dion hasn't given up. Dion hasn't let go for 1 second. But here comes Piet Vasaki. He goes up the inside of Dion Holiday. Holiday around the outside. Sean Dodd sitting there going, anytime now, choose a place, please.
Yeah, and look who's just in the background there. I wonder he's coming to have a game here too. And there's no show without Graham Nathan. Here he comes, just in the background. As they come onto the back straight away, we're looking at 1, 2, 3, and 4 on the road. And up the inside, all of a sudden, Economides is outdone. The BizHub Lee Thompson racing car of Lee Thompson sneaks through into 3rd and regains 1 more position after that mistake, close to the boot.
Yeah, Lee Thompson got his head down. Have a look at it. He swings this car in. He turns it on the nose on the motor car, squeezes the power on, not running out of the road this time. Great job there by Lee Thompson. He is, as I said to you, as mad as you can be, but he's going to calm it down and drive straight back at Eddie Rodriguez, who's out in front.
We go head to head across the line one more time to complete another lap. In 5th place there, it is still Smallberger, just in the background picking up on Needham. Needham not having a good outing yet. Phakisa, oh, there's a move. was going to say, Lee Thompson not holding back here at all.
Yeah,
it's corner for corner, car at every corner.
Oh, that's making it exciting. Have a look at this. Jake Jacobs in second place. Around the outside goes my car. Dion Holiday follows me through there. I cut to the inside. Outside, inside, whatever happens, that's where we'll go. Piet Versaghi up the inside. Can I go around the outside? Around it goes. Uncle Piet's probably looking after his paint. That's why he let me through.
He's sitting there going, yeah, Nathan, I don't want to give you too much work to do on my car, but into the braking markers, into the bottom of the boot, and are we going to see a change here? That is a great bit of driving. Thompson forcing Gerber wide. Gerber comes straight back at him, side by side. Can they hang on? Gerber's got the inside line. Oh, it's going to be tight here.
Great job, John Crabber. He hangs on to the inside, goes up the inside. Lee Thompson gives him some room, runs it ever so slightly wide, but it's a drag race to the back straight. But Lee Thompson's got it. Lee Thompson has managed to get past Jean Crabber. Look at this, he hasn't let it go. Jean has not let go. Lee knows without a doubt that Jean is all over him. Here we go. Sean Dodd rallycross on the grass after turn one. Jake Jacobs probably sitting. Sean, don't ride into me, boy.
Yeah, halfway mark in the race, and Nathan's up to second. Or is he? Jake Jacobs going to give you a little bit of run for your money there. Old versus new. How much? Oh, can you give him enough room there? Only just. My goodness. There was nothing in it between the two of you.
You don't need more than that. Jakes, he knows. You don't need more than that. I didn't touch him. Right, Warren, I didn't touch him, I promise. And up the inside comes Sean Dodd. Sean has followed me through. Jake Jacobs around the outside. Can he make it stick into the left-hander? Can he hold Sean off? Whoa, not this time. Sean slams the top.
Hey, what's going on there? Donnie, you're taking on the wrong man there, man. Did you see Bridgestone production cars a couple of nights ago? You don't want to be doing that, dude. You're going to end up in the wall. Here we go, onto the back straight. Nathan on the inside. Sean, as we said, Polo Cross Dodd on the outside. Hanging on for your life. We know that Kopenong sponsored off-road racing, but dude, you don't have to take it to the limit, eh?
Yeah, Sean Dodd goes around the outside. I go up the inside. Let's have a look at drag race.
Getting it out of shape in the background.
Back to the front. Lee Thompson on the brakes. Whoa, Jean Gerber. Whoa, stop, please stop. There it is. There must be an Armco coming because he didn't let those brakes go, man.
Then he had any steering there as well, Nate. I can tell you he tried to turn and it didn't turn at all, so that might be the end of the day for Jean Gerber. He's parked it in the kiddie litter right next to Clayton LaRue. As we go across the line, complete another lap. There's LaRue getting out of his car. He's all okay. He must have got it out of shape, and it looks like he's lost the front wheel. The front right has disappeared off that Polo.
Yeah, I think he's just decided, I'm not sitting here anymore. It's getting exciting. Lee Thompson right in behind Eddie Rodriguez. Much closer than that, you really can't go.
Yeah, close enough to see the sunset in the background, and all of a sudden it is number one ahead of number 7. Teammates going at it, and Lee Thompson's had a fantastic drive because he made a mistake early on, ran wide. He's had to come right from the back. Valdi pulls into the pits just ahead of this gaggle of cars, being led out by Sean Dodd, trying to catch Stole. All of a sudden it is old versus new here. The current Polo's taking on the old Polo Classics, and the only Polo Classics running at the front end are Holiday and Nathan. And those are two men you don't want to be messing with, especially at the closing stages of a race meeting.
Yeah, the old car's taking a bit of strain. The new cars obviously aerodynamically are working better at Phakisa, but we're trying really hard. Jake runs it slightly wide, so do I. Make the mistake. I run it ever so slightly wide, chasing after Jake Jacobs. Let's go down into turn 2 and make a go at it.
You can get up the inside, there's going to be a possibility. We're into the final stages, in fact 2 corners to go. 1 and 2, SEW and the Biz Hub car of Lee Thompson going to be taking 1 and 2 on the road. So another good day outing for Eddie Rodriguez. Lee Thompson will make it a double victory on the day. That's going to move him up in the championship quite nicely as the checkered flag comes out. 3rd place, a good recovery from George Economides. Derek Smallberger, the first of the Polos, he finishes up in 4th, just ahead of Quinton Needham. The Class A battle was phenomenal. In Class B, Thole hang on, Piet Versaghi in 2nd, Jake Jacobs, Botarus and Nathan, they're 3, 4 and 5. The championship now is taken by Quinton Thompson after a great day at Phakisa. He leads out in Class B, and overall, Eddie Rodriguez leads in Class A, he's 2nd, and Class C is Charles Smallberger down in 5th. A big thanks to Goldwagen for all this action from round 4 of the Pro Tour and the Goldwagen Challenge.